Hey, what is going on, guys? RvzStealth here, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at how a Korean high elo player has a 76% win rate on a 45% win rate champion. So this guy has played 50 games on Qiyana right now, pretty good sample size. He's got a 76% win rate, so he's doing very well on the champion, at least a lot better than the average Qiyana player right now, who only has like around a 45% win rate. So in this video, we're going to be trying to break down as to why this player is having so much success on this champion shortly after her release. So to start off here, just taking a look at the setup he runs on his Qiyana, it is a little bit unique compared to the average Qiyana player. So what he does for starting items is he's going to go longsword and refillable pretty much every single game. So this is the one that actually does have the best win percent right now for starting items on Qiyana. However, most players do not run it. As for the build after that, what he does pretty much every game is he rushes Tiamat, then he goes into Moby Boot. So that's also pretty unique. A lot of players right now are not going Mobies, are not going Tiamat on their Qiyana, so that's something different that this player does. For the ability maxing on his Qiyana, he does Q first, which is pretty standard, and then he does E second. A lot of Qiyana players are doing W second right now, but it is not as optimal as E second, so definitely look to swap over to E second on Qiyana if you haven't already. And then for the runes on the champion, pretty standard for the most part. Electrocute, sudden impact, eyeball with Ravenous Hunter, and then for secondary runes, it's going to be nullifying orb and absolute focus. So if you're in AP matchups, then he does like the nullifying orb every single game, and then the absolute focus there as well. The rest of the build that he does run is very standard, so it's going to be a Duskblade Rush after the Tiamat, and then the Yomu's Edge of Night. So just full lethality build pretty much every game on his Qiyana. Now, if we take a look at the gameplay now here, first few levels on Qiyana is just going to be farming for the most part. You don't have a ton of kill pressure until you do get level 3 on the champion. Once you get level 3, that's where you can look to play more aggressive. So notice here, he's taking the ice element pretty much at all times in the laning phase, and if the enemy is above half HP, ice element is going to be the one that you want to go for a lot of the time. It's going to be the one that you look to start trades off with because it does give you the root and it does give you the slow, which is going to be very effective. So he's going to be hitting level 3 here in a second. Katarina just hits 3. He's going to be hitting 3, and this is where he can look to go for a trade. So when Katarina jumps in here, then he can look to punish because Katarina isn't going to have the damage to turn back onto the Qiyana. So he's just waiting here. Katarina jumps in. Now Qiyana goes in with her E there. She's going to use, this is going to be the standard combo that you're going to want to use on Qiyana. So you're going to E in, use your Ice Q, get an auto attack off there, then use your W on the rock, and then you're going to get your rock Q off on the opponent. So it's a lot of burst damage coming out. He actually doesn't even hit the rock Q there. Like if he hit the rock Q, it would have even chunked him even more. So that's just a very good combo to use on Qiyana. You want to start off with your Ice Q, auto attack, use your W on the rock, and then try to get another auto attack in, use your rock Q, and that's going to be a very nice combo for Qiyana. It's going to be like your standard full burst combo until you do hit level 6. So he's going to get ganked here by Nidalee in a second. Pretty smart play here to dash through the minion there, as you can see, to try to get out. He does have to end up burning his flash here, or else he's going to die to the Nidalee most likely. So pretty smart play that you can do that. You can use your E to dash through the minion there to try to get out of sticky situations. Unfortunate he did have to use flash there, but it was still a really good try to get out without having to use flash. And now in a second here, like he's just zoning the Katarina at this point. Katarina cannot look to jump in. If she does, then Qiyana should be able to burst her out. So if Katarina greeds for this cannon minion, Qiyana can look to kill the Katarina. So Katarina's going to jump in. Qiyana just instant E, Q onto the Katarina there. And it's the same combo he used earlier in the laning phase. EQ with the ice, get the rock, and then use your rock Q on the opponent. And notice there that combo, it chunks Katarina very, very low with the ignite and the electrocute as well there. If we can click on Katarina, she did end up, I'm pretty sure she got a heal from the Nidalee here. Let's just take a look back at this again. Take a look back at it one more time here and see what happens. So Katarina's going to jump in a second here. Greeds for the cannon, which is not very good in this situation. Probably should have just used her Q to secure the cannon instead of getting the other minion, but yeah, if the Qiyana hit her Ice Q, that's a guaranteed kill for sure. But if we just take a look at the Katarina here, let's just see if the Nidalee ends up healing her. Alright, just fast forward it now. Okay, so Katarina is on 74 HP. Healed up to 99, so 50 to 99. Let's see how much he drops down from 99 here. So 73, 48. Ooh, that would have been super close. Like he would have either lived with like 1 or 2 HP there, or he would have just died. So that's actually very, very close. If the Nidalee didn't show up, Qiyana might have got a kill there on the Katarina. But nevertheless, it just goes to show you how strong that burst combo is on Qiyana, and that you can use it to really punish the enemy if they do end up like being too greedy like that Katarina was in the laning phase there. Alright, so going for a roam down bot lane now, looking to pick something up. Doesn't look like they will be able to get anything here. Might actually end up dying in this situation. Yeah, okay, he's gonna go down here, so ends up getting a little bit too greedy with that roam play. Ends up going down, and it's 6 to 1. Like, the enemy team is pretty far ahead at this point in the game, so it's not looking too good. Like, the start for his team is definitely not ideal in this game. But Qiyana definitely isn't a champion that you should worry too much about if you do fall behind a little bit in the early game. Her mid to late game is extremely strong, so if you do fall behind with the champion, there's not too much to be worried about. As long as you don't fall behind like extremely hard. Like, they're only down, what, 1.5k gold. It's still salvageable at this point in the game for sure. So yeah, he doesn't really want to fight right now. Like, he's not super strong. I think what he's trying to do at this point in the game is he's just trying to get to his Tiamat. Once he gets to his Tiamat, then he can probably look to just shove the wave in, look to roam, or he can look to have a little bit more kill pressure. So he grabs the Tiamat there. Alright, comes back to lane. Katarina hasn't got another basin yet, so once he hits level 7 here, he should have the advantage in this lane. So gonna use the Ice Q, forces the Katarina flash, so really good play there. Always using that Ice Q to start off a skirmish or start off a fight, and it does end up blowing the Katarina flash there. So now with this Tiamat, he should be able to just constantly shove in the wave, get priority in this matchup, look to roam if he wants to. Gonna grab the blue here, it looks like, from Elise. So let's just fast forward it a little bit more here. Clear out the pink, come back to lane. Looks like he does pick something up there, as you can see on the minimap. Picks up a kill on the Katarina, so let's just keep fast forwarding it until we get up to that point. Looks like he's basing here, so let's just fast forward at max speed. Alright, so we're going to get a kill here on the Katarina in a second, so using the Q there for a little bit of poke in the laning phase. And now at this point he is pretty strong. Like, this is the point where this is like your first spike on Qiyana. You got your Moe boots, you got your Tiamat, you're pretty strong at this point now. Alright, ease in there. Katarina is up against the wall, so yeah, she's just going to die, right? If any champion walks up against a wall against Qiyana and she's level 6, you're just gonna straight up die. So that was a pretty big mistake there by that Katarina player. Like, Qiyana didn't even hit her Q root either. Imagine if she hit the Q root, like how much more of a free kill that would have been. So let's just take a look back at that one more time here, and we'll actually slow it down, put it in slow-mo, and just take a look at the combo that he did try to use in this situation. Alright, just fast forward a little bit until we get to that point. Alright, here we go. So Katarina's walking back into lane here. Greedy pathing from the Katarina. He's going to look to E in. His Q's actually backwards there, so he completely whiffs his Ice Q. Going to use his ult. Use the Rock Q there. Rock Q, always use Rock Q when the enemy is below 50% HP. And just the ult, I don't even think he ignited. Like, just the ult, the electrocute. He used his E on her. And then the Rock Q ends up bursting her from pretty much full HP. So you can just see the damage output that Qiyana does have. If you can catch the enemy up against the wall there, there's just a lot of all-in potential once she does hit that level 6. So Qiyana is just so strong if you do find the enemy like out in the jungle here. Like in a tight corridor, this is where Qiyana really thrives. So sees the Nidalee, gets the root off this time. Uses ult, and yeah, Nidalee's just dead. Elise is there, Alistar's there as well. So if you can find picks like in the jungle like that, it's just free kills, especially if you have your ult up with Qiyana. Alright, so just sitting in the bush here, got the pink ward in the bush. Alistar goes in, gets the root off, ends up using in R flash, actually, I'm pretty sure in that situation. So that's what you can do with Qiyana. It's a little trick you can do. You can use R before your flash, like use your R, flash right after that, and you're going to buffer your ultimate so that it just comes out a little bit quicker. So that's a mechanic that you can use on a lot of different champions, but looks like you can also use it on Qiyana there, and he does use that to just secure the kill onto the Caitlyn. Alright, so 18 minutes into the game here, Dragon is up, Alistar just ends up dying, but he's looking for a pick here. Aatrox up against a wall, free kill. Whenever the opponent is up against a wall and you've got your ultimate up and they're squishy, like if they're not a tank or something, you're going to be able to burst them out, so really good job to just sit in the bush there and then punish that Aatrox for walking by there. Alright, so this is where it looks like they do pick up a lot of kills, so let's just see what happens here. So gets the root off onto the Katarina, bursts her out there. Very low HP in this situation, so gets a hold of the rock, or not the rock, the ice element there. And he's just super low, so it's going to be interesting to see how he ends up playing this out. So he's going to use the ult there. Really smart play to use the ult there, even though he's like on the other side of the wall. It is going to like wrap around and hit the Katarina there on the other side, so just really good usage of the ult without actually having to be right up in front of the opponent. So that is something you can do. Always keep that in mind with Qiyana, because your ult is going to wrap around the wall. So if the enemy is on the other side, you can use it like that in certain situations and pick up a couple cheeky kills like that. Dragon is up right now, and he is top side, which I guess is not ideal. He probably should have been bot side a little bit quicker, but I guess his team doesn't really have any vision. They probably just want to give this Dragon here. They don't want to face check into it, end up dying, and then just giving over the Baron. So it's actually, they probably just decided to sack the Dragon in this situation, not really go over there and try to face check into it. So he's just getting control of the Baron. Really smart thing to do. Like if you just can't control an objective, like if you can't contest a Dragon and the enemy team is grouped on it, then just look to get vision on the other side of the map or on the other side to where the next objective is coming up, which is the Baron. So what he looks to do is he just looks to grab the Scuttle Crab, try to control the Baron area. He is sitting on his Dustblade and his Youmu's now, so he's got a lot of burst potential with the items that he does have. Clearing out vision here with the Dustblade. I know this should be really good. So yeah, he gets a really nice pick there onto the Katarina and the Nidalee. He didn't actually end up using his ultimate at all there. I'm not too sure if it was up or not. Let's actually just see. Let's go back here a little bit. Go back a little bit further. Alright, so it looks like we can see on the, so I'm pretty sure this is not correct, like his ultimate cooldown. I'm pretty sure right here it shows it. And yeah, he actually does have ult here, so he doesn't end up using it. I guess he just realizes he doesn't have to use it in this situation, so let's just see. He's gonna get the root off on only the Nidalee, it looks like. But the Alistar goes in, gets the knock up. So that's just smart there, I guess, realizing he doesn't have to use his ultimate for him to lock down the Katarina and the Nidalee. He just gets the root off from his Q, and that's going to be enough for his team to follow up and burst it out. Now he's going to use his ult here, which I'm not too sure why. Like, I guess he thought the enemy maybe would have been up against the wall there or something, but just ends up whiffing the ult there. But it's not too bad. They got 2 kills, so. Alright, so looking for a flank here if possible. His team's looking for a fight, so he's coming in behind, it looks like. Alright, so this is so big. This is so big. Really good ult there. Cleans this up. Should be able to clean this up really well. Alright, so that was a pretty good fight for his team. Pretty good positioning for a good Qiyana ult in the jungle there. Pretty tight corridor, so you always want to be trying to fight like in the tight corridors with Qiyana. It just allows you to get a really good ultimate off. Gonna try to go in here on the Caitlyn. Really nice play. Should be able to kill the Caitlyn for overextending, so that's good. And now potentially they could look to go for a Baron here, at least force the enemies to face check into them, because we got a 30-second timer on the Caitlyn. Elise and Teemo are going to be coming up here, so let's just see what they do. I feel like they should at least try to control the Baron or try to get some sort of vision over the Baron. But it looks like he's just going to go bot side here and pressure bot. Should be able to kill the Aatrox. He's level 15. Aatrox is level 13. So if Aatrox does end up coming up a bit too close. Alright, so yeah, he's just waiting here for the Aatrox to make a slight mistake. Yeah, he's up against the wall. This should be free. Alright, so he actually didn't end up using his ultimate there. Interesting. Maybe he didn't think he had kill pressure on him. I guess he does. Like, he doesn't have any armor, so maybe he's just underestimating how much damage he does. Because I feel like in that situation with the ult full combo, I feel like he should be able to kill the Aatrox. Alright, so right now game is pretty close. Like, it's gonna come down to one team fight at this point. So if he can just catch the enemy grouped up against a wall or something like that, then it could be really, really good. It could just completely turn a fight. Alright, so pick onto the Nidalee, using the Ice Q to root her up. Another pick onto the Morgana. With Nidalee dead, I feel like they should look to just force a Baron here. Can also look to just go mid and try to like force a dive or force a fight. Alright, so Alistar goes in there trying to force a fight here. Yeah, so really good. Either force the Baron or force a fight mid. So they're able to get that. Alright, is he dead? Picks up the kill, but he is going to die here. Team should be able to grab Baron though, so it's not too bad. Alright, so that was a really good fight there. He was able to get the pick on the Nidalee, so let's actually just go back there and take a look at how he was able to do that. Go back a bit further. Alright, so yeah, just always have the Ice Q ready whenever you're looking to skirmish, so he grabs that. Nidalee ends up jumping in for some reason, so it's kind of a poor play by Nidalee, but he was able to get the root onto Nidalee there with the Q. Alistar goes in with Morgana, so you do have pretty good pick potential with the Qiyana. Really good skirmisher in the jungle, so he was able to play with that pretty well in this game. And then I guess we already saw this fight here, so let's just go ahead a little bit. They end up getting the Baron. Alright, so now they're just waiting here in the bush, just waiting for a pick. The enemy team really shouldn't be trying to contest this Cloud Drake. Like, it's a Cloud Drake, first of all. Also, I don't think they really can contest if they don't have any vision over it. So let's just see what happens here. This should be the game-ending fight. So Qiyana is going to use the ult, gets the stun onto the Caitlyn and the Morgana. So really good there. And then they just end up cleaning up the fight. So let's take a look back at that fight there and just slow it down a little bit. See how the Qiyana end up playing it out, if I can speak English. Alright, so just waiting for a pick here, being really patient. Alright, so let's just slow it down right now. Maybe a little bit more. Alright, slow it down right here. So let's just see. He's going to use his ult there, so really good ult. He hits 3. He hits 3 with his ult, or maybe even 4. I'm not too sure where the Katarina was there. But really good ult. The enemies were just all standing up against it, so he just punishes them right away with that. Alright, Katarina wasn't even in that fight, actually, so that was really good for them to just start the fight off with Katarina not even being there. Should be able to kill the Nidalee, maybe not. They should be able to actually end the game here, even if they don't kill the Nidalee. But yeah, this Qiyana player in this game just did a really good job at playing around her ultimate. Whenever the enemies were up against the wall, just immediate punish on that. Just use the ult, get the stun off, get the root off against the wall, and then it should be an FF here. They should be able to end it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Hopefully this did showcase to you as to how you can play Qiyana better. This guy does have an insane win rate on the champion right now at the moment, so he is having a lot of success on the pick, and hopefully you guys did at least find something useful out of this video. So with that being said, guys, if you did enjoy, then be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you have yet to already. So thanks for watching, have an awesome day, and I will see you in my next video.